Okay, good. And then just go to placing the sword. So raising to the back, placing the sword. Really now with the sense of equalizing from the front. With the arms, the front of the body supporting the back. Sink into the ground. Get the sword really horizontal. Good, that's it. Nice. Good. Okay, bringing the right foot forward, just into the first saburi. So raise into the back, and now just finishing with the cut. So really having a sense of creating the back line through the body, maintaining it. You're going to really support it with the front of the body. So really try and balance these two planes of the body, lines of the body, front and back. Okay, so when you do this movement with the feet flat or within a square posture like this, the feeling of hinging or bending from the knee this way, both knees kind of opening. Yeah, now in a sense, you do the same thing here in this position. Roll to the back, the knees are kind of flexed, extended fully. And then what I do is really flex both knees this way. So the flexion in the back leg in particular, because this is where the weight is, this is where the line is, all the way up the body through the back. This is the line that's also going to flex through. What I want to avoid is kind of keeping this straight and then somehow doing this kind of stuff. So kind of pushing out of a straight leg and then trying to bend it. What I want to do is create the extension through the body and then flex. So I'm flexing down, and this is, don't think in this cut is nothing to do with forward. So it's nothing to do with cutting forward. It's to do just with establishing a down. So really, or a downwards feeling. So in a sense of here, full extension, and then start to hinge through the joints. Particularly pay attention to the back leg. You want to really keep that free. It's going to sink down. Extension, sink down. So both knees are going to really open and spread towards the toe. Yeah, give it a try. Especially the back leg in this case. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Good. Great. Okay, and also see if you can watch out for this. I can do also this. I can flex it, flex it, and then I go to the cut, and then it kind of straightens out. So there ends up being another kind of dunk, 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 and then a push out. There's a sense like this thing happening. You see that this, and then the kind of extension in the back leg. Now some kind of styles use this kind of back extension like this. This gives me really stability. But in this case, what I'm going to do is keep the leg bent. So it's going to form. I'm going to fall into an arc in the body, in the hip. But I'm not going to hinge and then push back out of it. So in the sense, it's not this kind of movement. It's just sinking down. It's just sinking down. So in this case, like when we make a throw, I just sink the ground. I just sink the movement into the ground. But I don't kind of come here and then dong and then press out of it like this way. So just have a sense in this case, just establish a very clear direction down into the ground. This way. This way. And the back leg forms a very solid structure, but it's also slightly bent. But just watch for these kind of things. Just have the sense of down. So the back hip, the back leg just hinges and falls into the foot. Yeah, just give it a try. Really feel the ground just sinks down. Sinks down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Good. Okay, go to Zengo Giri. Now, really emphasize the feeling in the rotation. So rolling from the backside this way. This way you're going really into this lateral line now. So when you're making a rotation, really emphasize this line that runs through the body. So all the way up the asic stripe and then coiling into the rib cage. So really have a sense, in this case, establish a clear front and back, and now go into a really lateral move. So the lateral lines of the body are really in order to stabilize the balance during a rotation. So really have a sense of coiling through the lateral line and then stabilizing them. So go to Zengo, front and backs, move through the body this way. Find the front, find the back, find the front, find the back. Just play with that. So playing with the rotation. Pay particular attention during the rotation. What goes on in this line of the body, this lateral line. Just try Zengo Giri this way. Sometimes I do it this way just for beginners, but just in case you're going to find the back each time. So you're going to rotate, find the back, and then adjust the foot. A little bit more of a simplified form. It really also emphasizes this opening here through this lateral line. So really open out, find the back, adjust the foot. Open up, find the back. It also allows you in the rotation to really feel your stability. So when you roll back, really have a sense of finding this column. Now finding the back each time, just with the rotation. Yeah, give it a try. Yes. Yeah. There we go. Okay, good. So go to the fourth Saburi. Again, really in this case, still allows you to find the back, pressing forward. And again, this is front back, really clear. But also now the lateral line comes in because I'm rotating into the hip. So in this case, lateral line starts to really become involved here at this point, straight away. Rotating in the hip and then pressing down. Rotating in the hip, pressing down. During the rotation. So really have a sense of finding the back, coiling the body in. Nice and tight. Okay, go ahead. So number 4, Kotsuburi. Really pay attention to the sides of the body. Really open them out as you go. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Great. Good. And I go to the Fitsuburi. So working with a yokomen. Now you're working with a spiral that runs this way. So I really have a sense from the back foot, pressing in, wrapping around the center line, and then coiling around the body this way. So really now it's much more circular with the sword. And the movement now is from the whole body doing it. So before you're really just doing this, front and back, with a little bit of rotation in the hip. But now in this case, what you're really emphasizing is a spiral movement from the ground through the body this way. And this is what really produces the Yoko Menuchi in this case. So yeah, I can do this with a kind of straight lateral forward movement and just kind of circle the arms over my head, circle the arms. But in that case, it's just the arms doing it. So what I want is for the whole body to produce the spiral movement. So really have a sense from here, from the back foot, wrapping around, and then coiling down. Yeah, just slightly emphasize it a little bit more than we would normally do. Wrap around the feet. So with Saburi, just working on a kind of spiral line running through the body. Good. Okay, nice. Go to number 7. So and with the Yoko Menuchi this way, and then really with a sense of spiraling from the internal to the external. So now really get a spiral line, this spiral, and then you're gonna coil front foot, coil into it, crosses around, and then spiral through the back of the body. So really get a sense in the ski, coiling through a spiral. In this case, the Yoko Menuchi spiral is very clear, very big. And in this case, this is much more of a tight spiral, more compact in a sense. So rolling back, cutting down, and coiling through for number 7. Yeah, give it a try. So find the spiral in the ski. Nice. Great. Right. Okay, so we'll explore some different movements and relate them to the taijutsu work. So in this case, you're gonna do the footwork like a taina henko. So from this side, rolling to the back with a rotation. So from the front side, rolling in, rolling to the back. In this case, using the sword, You're just going to make a slicing movement to the back. So you're going to rotate from the front foot this way and slice to the rear. Here. Roll to the back this way and then slice across. Just keep the center line of the sword in the same line. This way. It's really slow, so using kind of a tenkan, tiny henko footwork. This way, slicing. Slicing. Yeah, give it a try. Good. Okay, good. So you're going to use this movement now. You're going to do this a bit like Murotadori. So in this case, you do a rotation here, this way. And then you're going to slice out to the back this way. Okay, so you're going to do like a Murotadori footwork. Rolling the body this way. Roll into this foot. Pressing from the front foot. And then coiling to the back this way. So you also both sides. Rolling in this way. Coiling in. Rolling out. With the sword, really move into the center line of the sword, raising it up, and then here, slicing it back. And coming back this way, rolling in, raising, slicing to the back. You can do this both sides. The left side's a bit more uncomfortable. The right side's a bit more, feels more natural. Raise, slice. Okay.
Goedemorgen, met Adrienne Gitmans. Ik...
Good. Okay, we'll do this one. In this case, this is like we do a Marotadori Kokinage this way. You roll out here, you shift with extension this way. This stretches the arm out, and then I step in, enter with the elbow as a strike. So in this case, you roll here, slice out with the arm here, and step in through with the other arm. So in this case, just try like this with the sword. You're gonna roll in, slice out. In this case, just try with both hands on the sword. So you've really got a sense of slicing out, and you're just gonna enter through with the body. So just take this like this. Just do this on the right side. So roll into the center. You're gonna raise up, and then you're gonna shift out, slice out through this way, and then just enter the body through this way. Take this step by step. Roll in, slicing out, stepping through. Just really step by step. Rolling, slicing. Yeah, give it a try.
Just show me again a couple of times, Mike.
You can see me, Catherine. So in this case, you're gonna go, yeah, right. Now from this position, I'm gonna bring the left foot out, and I'm gonna rotate to my back, slice this way. Yeah, that's it. Now in this case, just keep the legs it is. So watch this one. I'm gonna roll here, and I'm just gonna take a step and a rotation this way. So from this position, without pulling the back leg. In this case, just slides this way. And then you're going to step through with the body here. Okay, and then what you can do is just blend this together a little bit. So from this position, rolling in, sliding out and bringing the body through. So just now allow the body to lead this way. You're going to really have a sense of what I'm looking for in this case is fluidity, but in terms of delivering weight through the sword. In this case, really roll into the sword, stretch it up, slice it out, and let the body follow through this way. Can you imagine coming through with the slice, but I'm going to deliver the weight of the body also through the movement. So in this case, really have the feeling of slicing to the rear and passing the body through that way. That's really going to, this is really an entry to the back. The backwards, like a backwards facing entry this way, through the whole body. Give it a shot. So make it a little bit more fluid. Coiling. Yeah, that's it. Good. Ah, nice. That's it. Good. Okay, so we take this form into Kinonagari. In this case, not starting from a static position, you would go here in Kihon, roll out, adjust, and step through with the movement here. In terms of the Kinonagari, the Marotadori is coming in motion. So what I do in this case is make a full rotation to the back. Okay, so this changes the movement from here, come to this position. So you're in this position, the person's coming in with 2 hands. I really coil up this way, the arms come up in a spiral line this way, and I roll the body back. But much more dynamic in this case, I roll this way. Roll this way. And then I find the same technique. So in this case, roll in this way. And then I open it out and then stretch the arm out this way. So this is coiling to the back, opening this arc out, and then entering with the body this way. So you can try this just empty-handed just to get a feel for it. Rolling up with the body, slicing out with the arm, and then rolling through with the second arm this way. So in this case, it's like you make a diamond shape in front of the head or a triangle shape, more of a diamond. This way, above the head. So the hands come right above the head. This way. Yeah, that's it. Good. Nice. Good. And then just try this with the sword. So both hands on the bokken. You're going to now really coil out to the back this way. But movement now with the body is like this, really spiraling, coiling. This is like opening the whole back of the body, acts like a gate. So it's like really opening the back side of the body this way. This is in essence what you're doing is entering to the rear. So the person's here, the partner's here. What I'm going to do is really enter into this space. And I'm going to do it with a backwards rotation this way. So it's really done with the same feeling as if I was to move in this way with a step. But it's done with an outside rotation with the hip. So in this case with the sword, really roll out the body this way. And then I'm going to slice out, step through. Now, so this is done much more dynamically now. Roll out, slice through and follow it. So just coil out to the back, slice through. Yeah, so real slow. Yeah, give it a try. Kind of a keen on a go form. Fully fluid. Yeah, that's. Okay, so in this one, you're gonna rotate to the outside. So in this case, don't enter and rotate into it. You're gonna rotate from the outside foot. So again, it's a bit like doing a kind of henko movement. But in this case, you're gonna be, if my right side forward is forward, I'm gonna roll out this way. So imagine the back is gonna roll out this way. So really roll from the back, and then find this movement this way. So this is like doing a tenkan with an entry at the end of it. This is tenkan and entry. The footwork's just a bit more flexible than static work. So this way. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So with the slice and the bodywork, kind of my imagination in this case is imagine like really tall grass. What I want to do is move into the space here, so this grass in front, and then there's a feeling of slicing across it to enter it. So what you need to do is cut a path through with the sword, and then the body follows it. So in a sense, what I don't want to do is enter the body into it and then slash into it. If I do this when I'm cutting grass, I kind of enter the body and then I'm here cutting the grass this way. But what I want to do is slice the grass and move with it. So you're going to kind of clear a path for yourself. Also in this case here, what I'm doing is really pushing into the back, slicing through. So really create a path for yourself with the sword. Slicing. So really, this way. See if you can kind of link the tip of the sword to the entire body. The entire body becomes the cutting tool. Oh. That's good.
Michael?
Yeah.
Could you do it once more? Are you stepping backwards cutting or forward cutting in the end?
In the end, I'm going to go forward with it. Oh, it's not me. Hello.
Okay.
So you go like this, roll to the back. Now from this slice, I'm gonna just slice and step through.
Okay.
Imagine
Thanks.
in this case, this is like a kokyunage. The arms outstretched, and I just step through and strike through with the arm like this way.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. That's it. Yeah, good, great. Okay, everyone's got it. I'm going to confuse you. So now you're going to extend it a little bit more. In this case, think like Shihonage. Shihonage from Marotodori, you can only do in Kinonagai, so you can't do it from static. So in this case, what you do is roll out to the back, slice through, and then cut to the rear. Okay? You can actually do this two ways. We'll just do it one. So if you can imagine the arm that comes in, I take it across grip, like a kosadori, aihami grip. So you roll out to the back, slice the foot through, and roll in for the throw this way. So in this case, you do the same kind of start. Roll out to the back, slice, and then when I slice through, follow the body through, and then find the cut to the rear. Okay, so you're going to do just kind of really one extra movement here. Slice, follow the body, and then cutting down this way. So you can really open this out. This really have a sense of rolling to the back, slicing, and then cutting to the rear. Yeah. So you're doing a kind of opening to the back, you're doing a slicing cut, and then you're doing a really downwards slicing cut to the rear, to the back side. Yeah, give it a try. Think like Shihonage. Like Marotodori Shihonage. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll finish with one more. Complicated. Ooh, very complicated. So in this case, we're going to break it down. This is like doing an inside. So you do the Shihonage two ways. I can go to the outside and roll through. And in this case, the more complicated one is to go inside the grip. Inside, wrap it around, and then flow through it. So this is, of the two, this is the harder one. So in this case, what you're going to do is step in from the back leg. Step in from the back leg, enter this, and this is one big slice. So you do a slice to the rear, and then I slice back out this way. Okay, so just practice this move. This is a continuation. One big slice. So you roll out. This is like doing a Badai job, Saburi number 18. This kind of movement. So you're going to enter in, slice, and then continue it slicing this way. Slice, step and cut down. But just focus on these slicing movements for now. So slicing out, and then really rolling the body back out this way. Slicing back out this way. So two big slices. 1, 2, this way. Yeah, give it a try. So this is an inside rotation, like a tenkan, and then with an entry. Yeah, good. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. And then you've got it, so you got most of you going to the cut now. So when you do this cut, slice, slice and follow it. So actually follow the second slice now. So you've got this first slice, slice through. Now don't slice and then start again. Go somewhere else. Just follow it. Slice through, and then I'm going to continue this motion. And then underneath. I really have a sense of passing underneath the slice now. Slice through, slice through. Slice through, cut down. So the slice is transformed into a cutting movement. Slice, cut. If you want, just practice that last movement. So stepping in, down. Slicing through. Body this way. Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Great. Good. Nice, 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 nice. Super duper. Nice. Great. Good. Okay, in terms of the Shihonage, one of the big faults in the Shihonage, it kind of comes from the method that we teach it sometimes. You're going to roll in through. One of the faults is that I come through, and then I rotate, and then I use the arms to do the throw. So kind of taking the person here, making the rotation, and then doing the throw after the rotation. But in a sense, what you're going to do with the Shihonage is that the throw is going to actually happen during the rotation. So actually the throw is, all the work is done here, that point. And then the arms just follow the rest of the body. But the actual throw is actually made here in the movement. So try and see if you can glue now this move into the cut. So the cut happens during the rotation now. It doesn't happen after the rotation. So in this case, really have this end up that. The cut's already happened by the time I've fully rotated. That. The cut's already there. So try and really transform the slice into a cut. That just becomes one thing. Yeah, give it a try. So then the technique is kind of instantaneous, irresistible. Right. Yeah. Yeah, in actual fact, the technique we practice all the time in Shihonage is the safe version. So it's a safer version. In one of the techniques, one of the forms, what you do is actually come through the body this way during the rotation. I'm going to draw the whole leg back and do this kind of motion. This is actually a kind of killer technique. So you can never train it in the dojo. But in a sense, what you're going to do is roll through the Shihonage, and then I'm going to set the back leg back. This means that I have their arm, and I draw it back with the body with me. So they can't take ukemi from this. So in a sense, I control the arm totally, and then I draw it away from the body this way. In this case, you break all the shoulder, and the person very likely lands on the top of the head. So this is the old style. So in this case, roll. You can practice it with the sword. Roll through, and then slicing down to the back this side. You're going to really draw the back leg through this way. This feels really natural to do with the sword. This way. That way. Yeah, give it a try. You can't do this with an uke, unfortunately. Oh. Okay, great. Very good. Okay, we're out of time. So, bow out. Oh. Good. Hey, domo, arigatou gozaimasu. Right. Cool. Thanks a lot.